All right, hello, mini makers. So today we are going to be going ahead and making a moon gate. Um, and then we may do a little bit more features on it, like windows, signs, but we'll see when we get there. So for now, we'll start with the making the wall portion. So to do that, perfect. Just gonna add a cube, and then I'll probably make this around 75 millimeters in the X dimension, about 45 in the Z dimension, and then maybe 10 in the Y dimension. I think that's fine. A little bit thinner, maybe 8, something like that. Yeah, and then we'll probably make it more like 110. There we go. So a 32 millimeter mini, probably going to be around 38 tall, 38, 36 tall, yeah, 37. 15 wide, and then 15 wide, and then 10 deep. So this is going to be what our miniatures look like walking through. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some edge loops here, and then we're just going to we made some edge loops using Shift R in edit mode. Doing just proportional editing, but I'm not going to use the smooth. I'm going to go into proportional editing and use the sphere. So something like that. I'm going to move these down in the Z dimension. I'm going to move them all down to this line. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. I probably will have to make it a little bit bigger, so make this 10. And then I will 150. Doesn't really feel like a wall segment unless it's really big. And then I'm going to subdivide surfaces on this. Add some edge loops here. So that's our wall. And then we're going to add some edge loops here and here to give our top portion here. Probably end up making the wall a little bit bigger, taller. Maybe there. Okay. Then we're gonna go from underneath it. We're just gonna inset these faces here to really define that bottom portion. Okay, so this is our wall segment. And this is an exterior wall, so maybe make it 12 here. Make it pretty big, pretty long. Okay. So now that looks more like a... Okay. I'm actually gonna bring in one of my miniatures just as a... to serve as flufflins here. This is a miniature I made before. I just bring them in to serve as just a general reference on height. I think that works well. The base, they'll probably be to here. I'm just bringing the one with the base. Okay, with the base. Okay. This is them with their base. Alright. Yeah, so that's not bad on height. They don't ever seem too tall. Okay, that looks perfect to me. I'll just move this lady out of the way. So now what I'll do is I have to add the door portion. So first, to do that, I will add, go into box cutter, and then I will make sure we're on the circle. Cut through the whole thing there. Then move this cutter exactly to the middle, which I think is there. Okay. Probably move it up slightly. And then we'll take this cutter here. Take these edges or vertices. So we're just going to scale them across the Z to make them in a line. And then we'll just pull them down. And then we will move them so they're in line with these vertices. Gonna move them to this line here. There's a way to move them to the grid, but I don't feel like doing that right now, so we'll just do this. Okay, that is our moon gate portion, or our opening. I'm just gonna move it down a little bit more. And we gotta make sure that our miniatures still fit. Bring a miniature over. Yeah, just barely. make it so that it fits. Okay, that's fine enough. Wonder why that's happening. That's right. Oh, maybe there we go. Read that flat. Okay. Now we have our door, our gate. So now what we have to do is we have to add some of the details here. So here's our door and our gate. We're gonna just take this cutter, duplicate it, and I don't think it has anything on it yet. Yeah, so we'll take this cutter, move it out of being a cutter, so that's its own. Okay, fine. We'll just take this. Don't know why it's wireframe. I don't know why it's only wireframe. Probably something with the... Anyway, what if we... Nope. Okay. I think it has to do with the way we see it. The perfect shape I want. I'm gonna clear the parent. Clear parent keeps transformation. And I don't know why it isn't like appearing or like visible. See. I guess that's not that important. So what we'll just do is we'll just copy the general shape. Doesn't have to be exact anyway, because we don't want it to be exact. We can move it to active. Take these, delete these vertices here. These vertices over. Glue these down. Fill this face. Then fill this face. And fill this face. This. Going to scale this in the Y dimension. And we have our door. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an edge loop here. Then add an edge loop across the back. And then I'm going to bevel that. I'm going to bevel this. There. And then I'm going to see if I can their faces. Just delete the faces. There we go. So that is our door. And then I'll probably give it a little bit of this exterior bit there. So let me just inset these, that, and then take these surf faces here on both sides. Exclude them outwards. Like that. Give them a bevel. Select the edge loops around it and then give those edge loops a bevel. So we just select with Shift Alt, click, and then just Control B. Something like that. Okay, so that looks a lot more like this picture. Probably gonna move all of these together a little bit more. Something like that. That's fine. Okay, that looks good to me. And then what we'll do is we will go ahead and add some of these like knots or knobs. That. So now what we will do is we will finish off this door here by adding these knobs here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a UV sphere. Put it up, move it over. Outward like that. I'm gonna hide it into the wall there. And then I'm going to add another overlay. and change the axis to Z. We can do control here, new LA. Yep, so we're just gonna change the axis instead of coming out. Like that. Here we go. And then we're just gonna move the LA over just a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And then we're just gonna mirror this across the door. On the Y. So we have our big knots here. I may add another. Okay. And you just kind of, until you move it around until you like it. You can just move the LA modifiers over here in the modifier section. Okay. So now I'm gonna give this some color just so I can see how it's looking in general. Okay, 5 here. And that's good. Leave the wall white. Change the door to a whatever the color the door is. And then change these to, there we go. Looking better already. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna copy this whole thing, because I may do a couple more of these off stream. Make a couple different versions. Okay. That one over here. Perfect. So now I'm going to go ahead and do an interior edge here. So what I'll do is I'll take this cutter here. Take this cutter here. I'll duplicate it. Get a little bit bigger. That. And then I'll make it smaller in the X and Y. And then I'll change this from a Boolean cut to a Boolean union. Maybe here. I'm gonna inset these faces to there. Then I'm gonna delete these faces. And then I'm going to connect one of these vertices. And then I'm just gonna fill in the edge loops using F, or fill in the face using F. Okay. What I want, but now just to just door hole. It's over a door hole. And then I'm gonna go ahead and change this one. Wait. This is not, yes, this is door hole. Close that. This is door. Volume. Okay, perfect. So now I'll just take this. I think what I can do is I can just bring this up. I'll just delete this in general. And I flatten these out. Or exclude them down. And flatten those out. Using SZ. S and then Z. Pretty flat there. Okay. And then I'm gonna just take these here, move them up a little bit, or move the whole thing up a little bit. Maybe make it smaller. Yeah, I'm gonna make it smaller. Then I'll take this. Yeah, okay. I take these edges and then I'll just use GG to move them further in like that. And then I'm going to bevel them. Okay. Move these over and these up. Like that. And then I can just take the, what does this keep happening? I'm hitting like X. What am I doing that does that? Oh, whatever. Anyway, take these edges, take these edges, these edges, take these edges, then just bevel these. And then we're gonna go ahead and hide our cutter here. And now that looks like it's a little bit poking out. Probably make it a little bit bigger. So I just grab these outer. Yeah, I just grab the outer ones. Okay. Go back. It is flat. Okay. That's better. There we go. Okay, perfect. We're gonna take this. We're gonna move this to the 0 here. Scale it in the y-axis just so it kind of pokes out a little bit. And then we're going to take the outside faces here. Select those. I'm using 3 and Control 3 on the number pad to move to the angles that I want to grab. And then I'm just gonna if I do S, yeah, I'm just gonna do Alt S. Make it just a little bit bigger. Like that. Gonna Control apply scale. And then I'm going to bevel. Right, that's a little bit better. Just gonna have to keep messing with it. It's your edge here. Your edge here. Okay. We are just going to select this one and select this one. Bevel. That. Then we're just gonna take the actual wall. Gonna make the door hole slightly bigger. There we go. All right. And then we can just make the door frame slightly larger in the Y so that at least stands out. And if we want, we could also subdivide surfaces on the door frame. That, oh, and there we go. That's exactly what I wanted. And already looking good, so I wonder if I give this a color, it will shoot out on the other side as no. Okay, never mind. Okay, so now we have our door frame, we have our door, we have our wall. I'm gonna go ahead and add I'm just gonna add a little bit of more interesting features by just excluding this in the Y, the tiny amount. I don't know why this is going the way it is. Okay, there we go. Okay. Door hole. Door hole in the middle? Yeah, it should be. Gonna have to take these vertices here. Over there. And then we're gonna take the door flame. Take the flame here. Door flame. Just kind of. There we go. Okay, that's looking very good. And now we can go ahead and we can add this top portion, which I'm just going to add by, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to take an edge loop here across the top, and then I'm going to separate by selection. I'm going to separate this one by selection. I'm going to take that cube one. Come on, it's not going. Okay, there we go. Take these and separate them by selection. Now we have this cube 2. Get rid of all of this stuff for cube 2. Except for the subdivide. Get rid of the 2 booleans. And then what we're going to do is we're going to apply the subdivision. After we delete everything except for the top. We're going to fly something out. We're going to fly making this into a curve. Okay, so now this is a curve. And then into geometry. Then move this up a little bit. And then now that we have this curve here, we're going to set this curve as, move the cursor to this curve. We're going to add a I think we're going to go ahead and add a cylinder. Gonna see if this works. I haven't tried to do this in a while, so I may have forgotten how to do it. Okay, so then we're gonna, oh, it worked. Okay, So what I did was I added the sphere, or added the cylinder, a little bigger. Make sure they bend up a little bit. That. And then when as long as they have the same origin, I can go ahead and give it the curve modifier and it'll move to the curve. And then I can go ahead and add an allay. And then it should lay along that curve. All the way along with this first. Yep, there we go. And now we can lay along the curve. And look how fast that is. So fast. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move these, another edge loop here, move this down, something like that. Then I'm going to cut them in half, mirror them across the Y, Z, there we go. And then I'll probably make them a bit bigger. Reduce the number of these. And then okay, after I put mirror, I have to make sure clipping is on and merge. Okay. Then I'm going to reduce the number of these, and then I'm going to increase the distance between them. And then I'm also going to just going to keep messing with this until it's a place I like it. Okay. I don't want anything to bend over that little curve portion. It just starts deforming here, and I don't like that. Maybe I should just do a few of them. Okay, something like that maybe. Now I'll just make them bigger. And then it starts to form again. 0.85. 275. Yeah, I'm trying to get them to stop deforming. We'll see how this works. Let's see. If I add the tiles, I think that I'll get it to work. Yeah, that looks just. Yeah, the. I could just add a bunch of them. Maybe that's what I'll do. add a bunch of them. I mean, why not? Probably move them in a little bit. Make them a little bit straighter. Maybe subdivide them. They should subdivide first. Looks better. I don't know if I like this middle one. Maybe give another subdivision. That's not doing nothing. That's not doing anything. Oh, this one? Oh, let me move the mirror first. There we go. That's fine. Fine enough. I'll probably mess with this a little bit more. Maybe I'll add one more. They don't bend at all. Maybe they don't bend at all, so we just do this up. Huh. This is okay. I think what I'm gonna do is just add to this here. Take this, the same thing, include SY. Okay, that makes it a little bit better. I think that's okay. Let me just change the color on these. This is too bright. Let me go down here. Okay, well, you're looking okay. And then I'll probably just add a little bit of detail on top here. And then I'll probably go and add a... maybe this can make it work. Oh. And inset this here. Inset again. And then inset again. And then just take this here. Here, set them inwards. Not what I like the most. maybe that there. And do this one. This here. Here. No off. Wait here. Take this here, and this one here, one here. Okay, that looks better. And then I'll probably just add something on top, which I will do by taking this cube 2, so I call roof curve, duplicating it, moving it up a little bit. Then I will convert it to a mesh. Then I will bevel this. Not yet. I will exclude this in the Z dimension. Then I'll take this here. Give it origin to geometry. The 0. The 0. Like this. Take the other side. Them up a little bit more. That. Okay, now that we have that there, we can go ahead and add some bevels here. Like evolving up on itself. I don't like this one that much. Probably go in and delete every other one. And we'll see. Take these bevels, bevel them. Do these in the Y. Okay, so I'll just bevel these like this, unselect these, and then exclude them in the Y. Include them in the Y, and then just bevel these edges. Bevel these edges like that. Ooh, I like that though. Something like that. Bevel these like that. Okay. And then I am just going to take these, I guess. Just do them inwards. Take these faces here, inset them by individuals by hitting I twice, and then scale them in their Y dimension, individual origins, and maybe not. And then it just exclude them inwards. There we go. Something like that. I'll work on the roof a little bit more. I will probably do this top little portion here, or maybe also divide it. Save this real quick. So divide this. Just this here, here, there, here, here, and then just inset faces here. Set these faces like this, and it should look better than what it looked like before. I'll probably make it work better with the. I'll probably make it work with booleaning instead. But for now, I think this is fine. Really don't like how these ended up. Alright, yeah, that's better. Okay. I'm gonna go in here. Add another color to this. This clay. Color. Add another color, which is this clay color here. So we can see what it looks like in Okay. Then we'll just do the same up here. Okay. And that's not a bad looking wall. Okay, yeah, this was fun. There's a lot of little problems I had. This is the first time I've ever tried to do this type of architecture. So there are some problems here, but probably change this loop curve. Without distorting so much. Try to dissolve these vertices. Yeah, dissolving these vertices. Maybe launch vertices to dissolve. Dissolve these vertices. Nope. Okay, and then we move these ones down as well. Okay. There we go. This is our moon gate. Probably go in back and mess with this a little bit more. This top loop section a little bit more. But yeah. Thank you everybody for watching. I hope you learned how to do something. And if not, I hope you just enjoyed the process.